Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And go.
This is me again, Jerry, without my headphones. Because apparently we're anti-headphones now. With me in studio. Studio Board Game Snobs.
Studio BGS.
Is Gabi, who is also hosting.
Hello.
Rather violently here. After just...
What do you mean?
You were yelling at us prior to this beginning of this.
Especially me when I was setting up my mic.
Enrique's here.
Because you were holding your mic.
I was holding my mic. I was positioning my mic. I was trying to find the best
You were doing whose line
position
you were doing
this podcast.
You were doing whose line is it anyway with that microphone? Like, I'm making it this. I'm making it that. I'm a unicorn holding up to your forehead. I have a tail, and it was. I'm Mr. Microphone Hand.
Hey,
Adam
at least that
Sandler
would have been
bits.
content.
That's not content because we're a podcast. Nobody can see you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is not a.
Well, what?
It's not a improv comedy sketch.
This is for real. This is FR. And speaking of for real, I have to keep it FR. I have been getting since. I think it was episode 192, the one with Dan Hughes ending it.
Yes, it was several episodes ago now.
Several episodes ago. We haven't recorded since. I have gotten scads of hate mail, which is what happens when you piss off when you anger people who collect stamps because they have the stamps to mail you things. And I have been inundated.
Hate mail from all over the world.
All over the world. And so I'd like to briefly explain.
How much do stamps cost in Australia?
How many didgeridoo? I don't know. How does a stamp in Australia? Do they have stamps? How do you pronounce a...
They use pounds over there too, don't they?
It's a philatelist. A philatelist is what a person is called that collects stamps.
Philatelist. I don't see an R.
Hang on.
Phila? Huh?
Philatelist.
A philatelist.
Philatelist.
Philatelist, boom, bam, bam. Ooh, philatelist, boom, bam, bam.
A lot of philatelists are mad at me. I've angered the philatelist because of my comments regarding how collecting of stamps
You don't want to interfere in their philatelisms.
I don't.
Philatel up, boys.
So to be clear, this podcast is anti-plagiarism. We're pro-philatelists.
Philatelism.
And I'd like to extend my hand in solitude. And
you came out anti-philatelist.
I've changed my ways. I know I've said some things that were really upsetting, and I'm sorry. It was not truly how I feel deep down.
I don't know if it's apologies. How you feel
There's been a lot of podcasters canceled here lately. They got rid of Joe Rogan.
Doesn't seem sincere.
I know Ryan with the Gateway Network is reaching out for him. He's like, no, we can't get him. So I was like, we can't even, I don't want to get kicked off the Gateway Network because of my anti-philatelisms.
We're off the Gateway Network. We're not even on there.
We are on the Gateway Network. We're a part of it. Yes, we are.
We're not
part
on the
of it.
site.
We're
out.
No, we're not. We are part of the Gateway Network.
Okay. Anyway.
How dare you?
I saw this pickup in front of me the other day. He had on his back windshield.
This banter.
He had, in the upper left corner, he had a little small flag with a red stripe and a blue stripe.
Mm-hmm.
And it says on the top line, nurse, firefighter, police.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the bottom left corner, he's got a cross with a silhouette of a fireman kneeled down to it.
Yes.
And then in the middle, he's got the fireman's prayer. Do you know the fireman's prayer?
I do not.
Apparently it is. When I am called to duty, God, whenever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child, blah, blah, blah. It's a long one.
We're long-winded.
So he's really, and then the bottom right corner, I guess I don't even know what that symbol is. Is that like the truck number? What
Yeah,
is it? 4519.
that's his truck number.
I guess I shouldn't say his truck number.
You calling him out.
I'm sure he listens to our board game
Look at
podcast.
the ladder 49 people show up at our house.
So I texted Jerry. I said, Jerry, is this you? This man is very proud to be a fireman.
Okay.
And you said, what's the deal? Is that humility or is that pride? Is that lack of humility or pride in your job?
Wouldn't it be pride in your job?
Well,
or is it overkill?
Here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it. Do you see anybody else except certain professions? And I'm speaking as a hero,
as a nurse,
and a healthcare hero,
firefighter,
paramedic. There's a lot.
Healthcare zeros. What Dan said.
Yeah. Well, Dan. I mean, that's Dan's opinion. I mean, we all know. I mean, he's a nurse too. He's a psych nurse or something, right? So he would know. He would know about my idiosyncrasies. The philatelist.
Idiosyncrasies?
Yes, they're secrets.
Keep them secret. I don't have to told nobody.
The things that I don't talk about. But yeah, like, do you see Walmart workers and Amazon workers? I'm proud. The Amazon workers' prayer. May their package come 2 days free shipping to the right. I mean, no, it's just us because we're
always look up because our prices are falling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's just kind of a thing.
I didn't see the individual driving this truck, but I just imagine them getting out, spitting out their tobacco. And their boots.
Why you guys?
It just the whole image just provided me. I'm being very judgmental right now.
Very jealous,
and it just gave me like this super arrogant person.
Very jealous.
But I'm asking you as a fireman, and you said,
it's just kind of like it's kind of odd.
It's very.
It's overkill.
But I guess you do you.
I know I'm a healthcare hero. I don't have to put that on my vanity.
You don't have to proclaim it from the tops.
I don't need it.
To me, it's like glory seeking because I'm this.
He's a glory seeker. You know how you feel about glory seeking.
But I'm going to be calling him if I have a fire because I will need your help, sir.
And your house will be on fire. And as you're trapped in your bedroom, you'll hear the fireman's prayer slowly. Help me save this person, no matter what their size.
He's carrying me out in his strong arms.
Opens the door, like, oh my gosh.
I'm like,
starts dragging you along.
Spits out his dip and picks me up. I'm like, oh my God, you are my hero.
It's like backdraft all over again. It's Kurt Russell.
Him carrying me like a small child in his arms, cradled, my arms around his neck. I'd give him a kiss on the cheek if he had to. Wow. I would be thankful. However, you don't need all those stickers on your car. I mean, come on. Whatever profession you're in, if you're shouting it from the rooftops, especially that type of profession, I mean, you are kind of glory seeking.
A little bit. We're not as humble as them philanthropists.
Platypuses.
They sit around
and platypuses
with their phalanges, pick up their stamps and lick them.
Well, I was thinking of the phila. Like that's like, well, Philadelphia, that's brotherly love, right?
Philatelist. They love being late.
Phalanges. What is phila? That's got to be like the base word.
That's love. That's in it. That's love, for deep love, isn't it? I think.
I'm looking it up. So phila is just love of stamps.
Yeah, you make fun of people named Philip or Phil. They're full of love. Philip is just somebody who really loves lips, I guess. Right? I don't know. I'm not good with the etymology of words.
I don't see the etymology of phila.
Either way, I don't want any more hate mail. Is what I'm saying. And I like how there was an outrage about me calling out some people who collect stamps, and here you are hating on firemen, and you'll get zero pushback. I say one thing about stamps, and you're like, firemen are heroes.
That's not what I said.
You're overrated, and nobody says a thing.
See, you're twisting my words.
No, I'm not twisting your words.
You are twisting my words.
It's on recorded.
If you have it 5 stickers on the back of your pickup shouting out, "This is what I am,"
you hate heroes.
I want to put the trucker's prayer on the back of my pickup.
Please let loves be open. Let the showers be clean and the diesel dirty.
And keep away the lot lizards.
Nobody. Yeah, we won't get on to that. Enrique's here. Speaking of lizards.
Jared Rutledge probably knows about lot lizards.
Huh?
They provide him plenty of employment opportunities.
They spread his Enrique.
Yes.
Tell me about what you've been up to. Give me something to work with.
What have you been up to? So we're doing the what have you been up to thing.
I do. I want to know what Enrique's been up to because I think he's been doing something interesting.
What have you been up to that's interesting? Look, he's looking confused.
This
he's
IPA just kicked in.
He's bewildered.
I feel sad for him because he expects so much from me.
He wants you to rise to the occasion.
I expect something from you.
Yeah, but this
You're my foundling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to where you need to be, and like you just bring me nothing but disappointment.
Well, yeah. And yet you keep asking.
Okay, so I went to pick him up, walked into his room, and you know what I saw on his dresser?
Dr. Pepper cans.
Stamps.
I
think he's gotten into philanthropists. Philatelist.
What?
Are you a philatelist? I'm just saying. Are you collecting stamps? You can tell me if you collect stamps.
No.
I'm all right with you collecting stamps.
No, I'm not collecting
I know
stamps.
I said some terrible things.
Do you play the philittle?
There's no need to. There's
Is
no
that a
need.
thing? A philittle?
Maybe.
He's just filibustering now. There's no need to lie. Just tell me. Are you or are you not a philatelist?
No.
A phlebotomist?
No.
You're hiding
A
your stamps.
duck-billed
I'm not hiding
philatelist.
nothing.
You're hiding your stamp
Stop
collection.
crying.
Okay, I'm just saying. You could tell me if you were, and I would be okay with it.
No, it's fine.
I would not. It would not bother me. I would still love you the same way if you.
It's of Greek
Why do I
origin,
feel like you
meaning
used that
loving.
line before?
Huh?
It's of Greek origin, meaning
It's
loving.
all Greek. It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, anything that sounds like super weird in a V sounding tone, it's Greek.
That's real racist of you.
Yeah,
That's-
I know.
that makes-
Probably
That's
cut that
very
out.
racist. They should cut that out. You hate firemen,
Anytime.
and he hates the Greeks.
Anytime.
And I get all this hate mail because I said that collecting stamps was asinine, and we all know it is. We all know it's a boring thing, but we can't. Everybody collects stamps.
Quite frankly,
Spielberg collects stamps.
I don't know what's involved.
Yeah, you put them in. You just look at them. You just collect them.
But what? No, maybe you have to trek through the jungles. Maybe there's like
you
a
order them. It's eBay.
there's a stamp
Nobody's out
in the
hunting
jungles of
Well,
You
Cambodia
look through
that
all your junk mail and be like, this is a 1936. Oh, Margaret Thatcher. And you cut it off.
when your grandparents die, you go through their mail.
You go through They're AARP. They're sending out,
Actually, now that I think about it, I bet you I can make some money off of that.
So I'm curious that we should have Dan on to discuss this. I don't know
I could think
why
of
you would
nothing
do
more
that.
boring than having a let's have a middle-aged man on talk about stamps.
Why would you do it just because
Exactly.
of the things? You're going to lose your apology.
Oh,
The philatelists are going to come after you again.
These freaking philatelists.
So is it like because there's rare ones due to who's on them?
Yes, some of them are messed up.
Misprints.
There's freaky stamps. Some of them are messed up, and those are the ones that are the most valuable, from what I understand.
I mean, you can't make your own stamps, so they're
You
all
could.
like. Well, I mean, you could, but they wouldn't be
Forgery.
legal.
Well, you could do counterfeit stamps. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
counterfeit
you
philatelists.
And you can sell those and make some money.
Sell
off of
fake
them.
stamps.
Guy walks up to you in a trench coat, opens it,
Opens it up.
Oh, look at these books I've
I
got.
got some Hot Wheel stamps
And
here.
if these aren't to your
I've got some. What did Queen Elizabeth just have? Her
Centennial. Bicentennial.
the whatever thing she just celebrated for 75 years of rule.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
I got
not.
this
I'm not
special edition
Australian.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth stamp. Hey, I got a brand new Meghan Markle stamp here for you too. You know, all these stamps, and you sell them, and the people use them. All the philatelists right now are losing their mind. All right, if you want to have Dan on talk about stamps, we'll have him. Yeah, okay.
How do we get on the subject of stamps anyway?
You don't listen to the podcast, but a few episodes ago, I came out pretty hateful about people who
He
collect
was
stamps.
on it. He was sitting here.
You
with
were
us.
here?
Was I here?
Yeah.
Why did you stop me?
It's probably when I was just dead asleep.
All right,
Just
never-
Platinum Jubilee.
What?
Love her.
Queen Elizabeth uses the Platinum Jubilee.
That is a
So you need a Platinum Jubilee stamp.
I don't want that. Oh, I thought we were talking about
75 years of rule. Which, I mean, rule. Come on. What does the Queen
they're in
really
char-
do?
They're in charge over there.
What, she picks up them red boxes and Like, oh.
The red boxes here gives us DVDs. I just used the red box for the first time. I was like, how do poor people watch television? And I got the...
For $1, you can find
the
out.
bank gave me a coupon that I could use the red box. And so I basically went to the dollar store.
The problem is with the red box, I never returned the DVD.
It was very dark as night. And I went to the red box and almost got stabbed trying to rent a movie. I did not like it. I think I'll stick to Netflix.
It's not worth losing your life over 13 going on 30.
That's Jennifer Gardner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. If there was a movie that you'd risk your life to go see, upcoming, Batman, I'll just start us off.
The Batman.
I'm sorry, it's the Batman, not the Batman. The. THE is the. THEE is the. And we are not Shakespearean. I don't know if that's true. I said that very strongly, but I'm buying for time.
I don't know. The Batman is the one that's the only movie I'm looking forward to.
Said it, so you can't say it. Did you not see the trailer for Lost World Dominion?
No, actually, I have not.
I posted it on our
saw
Facebook.
you, and you were like, "This is a big pile of."
It's probably going to be great. I probably spoke too soon. I was wrong about stamps. I could be wrong about this.
Enrique, is there a movie you're looking forward to?
He doesn't
to
watch
involve
movies.
Enrique in the conversation.
Oh God!
And stop him from chewing off his nails.
No, let me chew on my nails in peace.
Do you ever chew on thoughts?
Sadly, no, because
when you're chewing on nails, do you ever chew on thoughts at the same time, or is your mind blank?
Well, it's blank because it's chewing on said nail. So therefore, how can I chew on thoughts?
All his mental power is involved in mastication of the nail.
I don't even. Can we? Okay. I'm going to hard merge us to Tenner's Trail by my man Martin.
Wait.
Wallace.
I got to leave it blank in there so I can put in the hard merge noise.
Okay.
And now a hard merge into board games.
Go.
Tenner's Trail is a board game. It's a lovely board game by my favorite designer, spoiler alert, Martin Wallace. It's a bidding game, which is kind of a...
Bidding is part of it.
Bidding is part of it. It's the main action, really.
If you don't bid on anything, you will lose.
Yeah, we've discovered, as I have discovered, being anti-bidding in this game will get you nowhere.
You will not be involved in the rest of the moves.
It takes place in what appears to be 1800s Birmingham, somewhere in England.
No, they're there where Podark was.
Yeah, but Norfolk.
I forget the area it's called.
I don't know. It's Sussex. I don't know. I think
look it up while you're talking. Go.
So what you're doing is at the beginning of the game is a map. You laid out these face down tiles, and what you're trying to do is purchase land to place your mines on to dig for tin and copper. We're dealing with minerals. So basically, most of the tiles are face down, some of them are face up, and you do through action selection.
Cornwall.
That's what I love him. He's the guy that invaded America, though. Wasn't that Cornwallis?
It was Cornholio.
Cornhole is the national game here. Cornwallis. Oh, yeah. So in Tenner's Trail, what you do is you select an area and you start a once around bidding, and maybe you win the place, and then you get to put your mine there, and then you get to flip the tile up, and maybe there's a bunch of water there that really messes you up, because the math behind this game is very interesting. So the main mechanic being kind of area control-ish, bidding / speculation, because the prices of said tin and copper go up and down.
No breathing.
And I thoroughly enjoy this game for multiple reasons. And it is because that feeling of...
List them accordingly.
One, I think the bidding...
I made a dream come true.
...is interesting, Mr. McKnight, because one, you might not know exactly what you're bidding on. You have a limited amount of cards in your hands that you can use to improve certain areas of the board, but you can also use those cards to peek if you are the main person who started the auction, to look at the tile and see what you're bidding on. Everybody else could be bidding blind. That's an interesting mechanism. And you want to have all your mines out there. And it doesn't help in the game with your mines still in your possession. So you want to be able to put stuff out there. And then sometimes you have things that have a lot of water on them. And to remove those precious minerals, it costs however many cubes of water is there. That's how much money it costs to remove each mineral. So if there's 3 water cubes, it costs $3 per or to remove. So you have to get rid of the water. How do you do that? You take various actions to place minors, not young children, but minors. Minors. Minors? Am I saying that? Not
Worker miners.
workers, miners with coal on their, those types of miners.
People in which go into mines
Miners.
and harvest.
Minecrafters.
Minecrafters.
Minecrafters?
Yes.
That's the best that you could come up with that?
I couldn't think of another way.
All
I didn't
right,
want people
we'll
to
roll with it.
I didn't want to keep saying miners because it makes people think
Mining is like one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
and I don't
Yeah.
Right?
right. But yet if I say miners,
But
it
if you
makes
got a good vein in there, you got to get that vein out.
if you say minors, it makes you think that people think that you're pro child labor, which we are not. But at the same time, kids like Minecraft. They crave mining. They crave the caves.
Minor Minecrafters
The
mining the Minecraft world.
What I'm saying is we should consider sending our children to the mines
Put a pickaxe in their hand.
at Cornwall.
Just let them go at it.
What could go wrong?
Remember Dig Dug? That'd be like Dig Dug, just tearing it up.
And here we are with Minecraft. They could do it. Why are we wasting all this labor?
You know how exciting it would be to be in a mine, like you see a big vein of gold or tin doesn't seem like that.
But when it's selling for 7 ducats or pounds, whatever they use in Cornwall,
It's
that's exciting.
Major.
It's
major
major.
money.
Have you
Huh?
It's major money.
have you ever Minecraft? I Minecraft with my minors, my children, my minor children at home.
I know you do.
Do you Minecraft?
I do not.
It's very exciting when you find diamonds.
It is very
Gold is
exciting.
not that exciting.
Gold is garbage.
Gold
Sadly.
is not great.
It's
Does
like a one-time use.
when Kaya finds a diamond, does she say that's my best friend?
She freaks out because we need that diamond so we can make armor. So we can.
Who started that? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Is that the
Elizabeth
shoe?
Warren. Elizabeth, you know.
Queen Elizabeth II.
No, the lady, not the Golden Jubilee lady, the one that was the fashion star with Burt Reynolds. She used to take.
Burt Reynolds.
Don't you remember the commercials? The
Burt
dark-headed,
Reynolds?
the dark-headed lady Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, wow.
She walked in. She took those diamond earrings
Is
off.
that Jared Jewel? Jared? No, that's
No,
a
it's
local.
not Jared. She took the earrings off. Says these always gave me luck, but she didn't say it in such a manly voice.
She was pretty husky. She had a husky voice.
Oh, okay. I thought we were fat shaming. So that's another thing. Hey, fat shaming. Hey, fireman. And now I'm the one that's getting
You're
all the
always
hate.
fat shaming.
I do not. I stopped. You have lost a lot of weight.
Actually, I think like anytime that
I love fat people. My best friend. Look.
5 minutes later, 5 minutes later,
Walk into
Jerry
a
will
Weight
be
Watchers.
insulting Gobby.
I swear,
on how
walks into
fat
a Weight Watchers
he
and
is.
starts insulting everybody. I can do this. My best friend is fat.
There's a bunch of over fat philatelists that are going to be not emailing me, mailing me hate mail because of this. I love people who like stamps, who are slightly overweight. Do you? Where were we?
Diamonds should not be your best friend.
But they are forever.
It is a material thing that the consumerist world we live in wants you to get obsessed with and think you need to have diamonds to feel worth something.
blood diamond.
But it's sparkly and it gives me pleasure. And looking
How
at
does it?
It doesn't give you. It doesn't give you pleasure.
What? How does it
It's
give you
just
pleasure?
sparkly. You don't even know a cubic zirconia from a real diamond. You don't even. But did you ever watch that Blood Diamond with my man
With Leo and
DiCaprio?
Jamon Hunsu?
And had so and so in it. It was Jennifer Connelly. Was she in it?
I don't know.
I have her
I just
in
know
it.
the two leads.
I don't know, but
She might
sometimes
be.
I insert Jennifer Connelly in movies that she's not really in.
I've seen a Twitter account that inserts Paddington in a lot of movies.
The Bear.
Yeah. He just like puts a shot in and then like puts Paddington in the background somewhere, and it's adorable. I love Paddington. Great movie. You need to watch that with your children. Have
I've
you seen
watched
that?
the live action Paddington.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both movies, because the second one will make you cry.
That was like the one that has the perfect Rotten Tomato score. Yes. Yes.
It's
I have
amazing.
cried. I'll tell you what's not as good, but is good because it's got my guy, General Hux. Drumhole Gleason.
Drumhole
Tree Gleason is the Peter Rabbit one. It's got Peter Rabbit.
I've not seen
it's not bad. There's some. It's good for children, minors who are not. When you want to get your minors out of the mines of Minecraft, you have to watch a little bit of television and Mandalorian. Anyways, Tinner's Trail is not the best bidding game I've ever played. It's not solely about bidding. It's action selection, and it's got a various smattering of other little small mechanics such as the speculations that take place in Sussex, and also how Martin Wallace puts that twist on scoring. For instance, at the end of each round, for which there's only 4 rounds, you sell off all of your ores, you get money, and then you spend said money if you want to buy victory points. And if you were the first person to pass out of that round to stop taking actions, your money's worth a little bit more in those investments. So for instance, $10 will get you 22 points, whereas the guy who left the round the second, his $10 might only get him 20 points or 21 points. And so do you spend all your money buying victory points now? Because you're going to need that money to win bidding in the next round.
If I recall our first conversation about this game, after we played it one time,
you hated it.
I think you said it was the quintessential bidding game. You raved on it way more than you are right now. I feel like maybe your second play changed. He was in love.
No, I didn't say it was the quintessential bidding game. I did like it. I do like it. But there's some...
Did something change?
No.
Between the first...
You don't remember what I said because you don't even remember what you said. You hated it, didn't you?
No, I did not hate it.
I remember you hating it.
No, I did not.
You hated it so much that we had to delete that episode.
I did not enjoy it.
You said terrible things.
Would you shut up?
About philanthropists and things of that nature. And firemen.
The first time I played very poorly. I was trying to be skinchy with my money, so therefore I didn't win any.
Skinchy?
Is that not a word?
That's not a word.
Stingy?
Stingy. Skinchy is not. Stingy is.
Skinchy.
That's not.
Skinwalkers.
Don't get me to talk about them Wendagos. Winnebagos.
Apparently there's like this erotic novel out there called like Millennium Wolves, and it's like it's basically 50 Shades of Grey with werewolves.
Oh, God.
But it's like this huge thing.
50 Shades of Grey wolf.
They say it's selling faster than Harry Potter.
This is the world we live in.
It's going to be a movie soon. Watch.
No, it can't be a movie. If that does happen, I might as well just stay.
Who would play the titular wolf?
So
what was that radio jock guy that always howl?
Wolfman Jack.
Woo! Yeah,
from the 60s or 70s?
Yeah, that's who they should get. They should bring Wolfman Jack.
Was he legit or was he pirate radio?
He's pirate radio, and I think he's dead.
Wolfman Jack. Whoa! Yeah, he's talking real gravelly. Yeah. So, Tinner's Trail, the first time I played it, played very poorly, and I spent a lot of moves, which I didn't do one time this time. I learned a lot, still lost third place. But the first time I played, I would have no moves to do except gain $1.
You ate a lot of pies.
I did very poorly, and that's why I said I didn't enjoy this game. But I learned from that game, and this time I played much better, and I enjoyed this game a lot. I agree with you. It is a nice bidding game, but it is not the quintessential because I don't like, unless you are the person that knows every bid for you could be a blind bid. I don't like that.
Because it's the main mechanic is not really the
mechanism. That's how I say it now.
Is the bidding? It's the I guess the money management of the game.
It is true because you want to spend as much as your money, a lot of money early on to get as many victory points as you can.
Want to save as much money to buy land.
Right. So what happened in this game, and this is my main complaint about this game. This game is very finicky. And what I mean by that is it will not hold your hand.
Finicky shand.
Martin Wallace, a lot of his games have this thing where everybody has to really know how to play the game. Everybody has to engage in it a certain way. And if you don't, the game doesn't necessarily fall apart, but you can let somebody else run away with it.
Someone can destroy you if you play poorly.
For some reason, I always did like that. These type of games where it doesn't hold your hand. It forces you to play in a certain way.
He likes it.
So one thing that happened in one of our games was Enrique started several auctions.
It was the second round of 4.
And we, meaning me and Gabi, used up our money buying choice pieces of land and then realized we had no money.
When it was too late, we're like, oh.
It was we were unable to engage in any other auctions, which meant that Enrique could, for a minimum bid of $1, buy all the choice land, for which he went around setting up land and buying and setting up his mines.
What?
It gave him the edge.
What happened was Jerry I think you started a bid and you went all in. We let you have it, but it took all your money. You were at literally 0. I started a bid, and I legitimately started the bid because Enrique had always overbid every play up until this point, because I wanted Enrique's amount of money to be lower than mine because there was a certain property I wanted, and I wanted to know that I could have it. But he did not. He said, take it. That took me down to $1. Enrique was like at 12. So he could legitimately buy everything for a bid of $1.
And the only thing that prevents this is I believe you only have 6 mines. So at the end of the game, you're only going to have like 6 areas for which you've claimed.
You can't just wipe everybody out.
Correct. So that holds it up. But it is also, that little thing right there is something that if players are new to this game, they don't catch on. They don't realize that the bidding can really hang you up. And also, if you spend all your money buying victory points and you start now the next round with no money because you've spent it buying victory points, yes, you're far ahead, but you have put yourself way back when it comes to buying land if you've not used up all of your mines already. So this game is finicky. It requires a lot of that money management, of being able to say, now's the time for which I have to engage in this activity. I need to start bidding, or I need to hold on to my money. Enrique won this last game we played just before this podcast, and we watched him do it. And he did 2 moves that really set him aside. One, where he was able to buy up that land cheap because he had manipulated the bidding mechanic. But 2, he held on to all of his copper, which was selling really cheap. And instead of mining it, he waited to the very last round to see if copper would increase. And the prices are set at random via a dice roll. Enrique got lucky. Copper.
He was behind.
Right.
The whole game.
Copper prices doubled. And so now Enrique spends the last round of the game just pulling copper out of the ground and selling it for twice what it was worth last round, which just shot him up. So
you pull taffy, you mine copper.
Either way, it's one of those Martin Wallace's games that are often, when you play one of his games, you see the brilliance in it. And this game is brilliant. It just it's not forgiving. There is not a lot of opportunities, for instance, such as his other designs, to really make a mistake. I think it's a fine game. It's not my favorite bidding game by any means. But if you do enjoy bidding and you do enjoy this managing your money, really a lot of interactions, I would say definitely more players the better. Tanner's Trail.
And I feel like it has a little bit of randomness with the dice.
Yes.
As well. So it kind of like gives that kind of almost realistic kind of feel of the marketing.
Right.
Well, the dice is really the whole game. So if you hold on to your copper, so like we started off low, all the prices were super low, and I held on to mine for a round. Y'all sold in. I still came in third. But then the next several rounds, they were all high again, except for the third round, it was like $4 for the copper. And then the last round, when Enrique had all his copper, he held on to all his copper, and the copper went up. It doubled. It was $8. So he sold a buttload of copper. So the strategy, to me, one of these strategies is to just hold all of your ore until hopefully it increases to at least the last 2 or 3 numbers, 8 and 10 for copper, 6 and 7 for tin. But if it happens to bottom out, it can screw you.
No.
But that's just a risk you would have to take.
But this is the brilliance of Martin Wallace. That's not correct, because Martin Wallace does this thing with math. And it drives me insane when I see games do something like that, where the path is very obvious in terms of the scoring. So very similar to Railways of the World, which I think is Dan Hughes' favorite game, my dear friend.
Whatever. He's a philatelist and you hate them.
Where you gain certain amount of money, and then as the game goes on, you gain less money, but then you gain more victory points. In Tenner's Trail, the victory points that you could buy in the first round, $10 if you're in first place, nets you like 22 victory points. In the second round, it goes down. In the third round, it goes down. In the fourth round, it goes down. So what ends up happening, if you take Gabi's strategy of, I'm just going to hold on all of this until I get the most money, by the time that happens... It goes
down 3 points each round.
By the time that happens, that money that you have is worth significantly less victory points.
So 22, 3 times 4... 3 times 3 is 9, so it goes down $9. So it goes from 22 to 13 points the last round.
Either way.
So you are correct. I forgot about that aspect of it. But still yet, okay, so from round to round, like if you're at a very low number on one round, you might want to hold on to it at least till the next round.
Well, that's the thing, though.
Because even though the points are low, the money's going to be double, and it can make up for that, possibly.
But you have to be constantly buying points with said money, and you also have to be hopeful that the prices do rise for the tin and copper. So therefore, it would be more logical to mine little bits of, and then sell the tin and copper at the low price without selling the majority of all your tin and copper.
You have to be very balanced in this game. You want to always be selling early to get the most victory points, but at the same time,
always be selling. That's the salesman's mantra,
right? And always keep enough money that you can engage in bidding. This game is very balanced, and if you go one way or the other to one extreme, you run the risk of it not paying off.
Money, or having no tin and copper to sell to gain more money or to buy points.
And quite frankly, I think that if you spent all of your time getting all the tin and copper and waiting to the very last round to mine these things with the hopes that the money's going to go up, you've shot yourself in the foot, because
you just kind of screwed yourself because you don't know.
Now, wait, do you shoot yourself or do you screw yourself?
And it doesn't matter. It's either way. You're like,
depends on where you're from. Anyways, Tenner's Trail.
I find it interesting. You're talking about tin and copper, but coppers wear tin on their chest in the form of a star, 10 star. If you're a copper, get it?
I get it. Do
you get it, Enrique?
Enrique doesn't get it.
I almost said Enrique. I forgot who he was.
He's talking about bobbies, as they say in Britain. Is that what they call them? Bobbies?
That's the guys with the big black hats.
The very phallic looking hats.
What are they called?
The very philatelist, the
phallic. Oh, no, that's reversed.
Philastic hats. I can't. What do you pronounce it?
Philophalic?
Philatel? I don't know. Listen, stop this podcast. We're done.
Oh, okay.
What time is it?
What time is it?
How long has this been going on?
We're at, I don't know. I may edit some out. We're at 30 plus.
You told me don't go over 30 minutes.
Okay. No, I've never said those words.
Host.
I've never said those words.
But I'm pro stamps, Postmates.
No, you're pro tramp stamp.
And I enjoy all. I see that the Dice Tower.
I appreciate good art.
The Dice Tower crew got tattoos.
That's true. A long time ago. And if you would like a tattoo of Enrique's face, you can go get it. Check out sirmeeple.com.
Or our Patreon. Which you may have to cut that out because I might not have that Patreon on by now.
We need a PayPal, Board Game Snobs PayPal, and they just send us money directly and skip all the whole
send it like
tiers and monies and
But we like tiers.
Just we are like in tiers cakes. Because we need money.
Cakes have tiers.
I fill a cake. I'm a fill a cake. I love cake.
A fill? Oh, I get what you're doing. You're using fill as a prefix.
It's callback.
I gotcha.
All right.
It's not like necessarily a callback because
I talked about it
literally the entire time.
Well,
there's nothing to go back on. There's nothing to go back on.
I'm Gabi.
This is Jerry.
This is.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.